what is interesting to, certainly, and as I saw it, that's interesting to the people that he speaks to about this, is we are a political party that's interested in improving your health. The thing that always sort of hit home with people when he gave his sort of stump speech to members of the public that we met was, the government's spending loads of money on soldiers, we should be spending that money on scientists, and we should be spending that money on improving your health. Maybe not making you live forever, we won't mention that now, but making you live a little longer, and making you be healthy into older age. And there wasn't a single person that disagreed with that. Everybody was like, yeah, definitely, definitely. But he also knows that for me as a journalist and other journalists to actually write about this and be interested in this and do features on him, we don't care about the health story, that's boring. We care about the robotics and the artificial intelligence and the mind uploading and goodness knows what else. So he has to make that part of the mission and part of the vision and part of the story by doing things like, you know, biohacking labs, putting a robot on the transhumanist bus and all the rest of it, because that's what he knows we want to write about. And so we write about that, and then he comes across as maybe slightly kooky, but he gets that, but it means he gets millions of views in BuzzFeed and wherever else he's writing, at the cost of the message to the broader public, which is very, very well received. And I spoke to him about this dilemma all the time, and it's sort of constantly on his mind, but I think he's right in thinking when you are a very small party and you are trying to make some kind of a splash and you don't have $50 million to get your name on the Californian state ballot, and in fact you probably won't get on a single state ballot because it's next to impossible without millions of dollars, you don't have much of a choice. You have to play that game with the media. And yes, there are some downsides to it, but on the whole, at the beginning of a movement, you need people to do that. So he's very conscious of it. The funny thing was that we as journalists were conscious of it, and we were conscious that he was conscious of it, and he was conscious that we were conscious that he was conscious of it. So there's a really interesting dynamic between him and the journalists, and that is going to continue during this bus tour, which I think is probably going to wind up sometime in March or April next year, and I'm hoping to be on the final leg at least when he is in Washington. And I tried to convince him to dress up like a robot when he does it, but I don't think he will.